Tennis has long suffered from an image problem. Detractors claim it's a snooty, upper-class sport that is inaccessible to large parts of society. John McEnroe, the seven-time Grand Slam champion from the USA, admitted much of tennis operates within an elitist bubble, whilst former Manchester United footballer Gary Neville and Labour politician Andy Burnham were amongst those to criticise the sport during the pandemic, when there was a perception that Wimbledon was benefiting from preferable treatment compared to other sports and walks of life due to its upper-class status. Of course, when you consider Wimbledon's debenture holders cough up £80,000 for a 5-year centre court seat, it's easy to understand how that narrative pervades. Some of the criticism has, however, been unfair, particularly when compared to other sports. Taking football as an example, Premier League teams regularly charge £50 a match that lasts 90 minutes. A ground pass at Wimbledon can be snapped up for a mere £27. Even a centre court ticket, which could be purchased for as little as £70 in round 1 in 2022, is decent value comparatively when you consider you will see a minimum of 3 matches on your court, as well as enjoy access to other matches around the grounds, enjoying up to 8 or 9 hours of action. In the UK, a big focus of the Lawn Tennis Association's strategy has been to open up tennis, making it more accessible to people from all backgrounds and to shake the snooty image of old. Despite a lot of good work in this area, short-term business decisions, with little care for long-term consequences, are in danger of damaging the sport. Take the 2022 Laver Cup, hosted in London, as a prime example. While some tickets were advertised at £18 a pop, a significant portion of tickets for one session, i.e. a day or a night of a 3-day event, were priced above £300. Fans hoping to see the Big Four of Andy Murray, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic in action would have to cough up a minimum of £551.49 for a 3-day ticket, which jumps to more than a whopping £3,000 to sit in the lower tier. Some sensible business decisions have persisted amid the ill-thought-out moves. Wimbledon, for example, has spurned the allure of large broadcast sums in favour of sticking with coverage being exclusive to free-to-air BBC in the UK. All England club chiefs have recognised the long-term value of tennis being visible to all and have been rewarded with excellent viewing figures over the years. Not that Wimbledon is free from criticism. In a bid to prove their egalitarian nature, the All England club announced they would, for the first time, be charging the same amount of money for the men's and women's quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals. A noble pursuit, perhaps, until one realises they've just raised the women's ticket prices to the already soaring men's, taking more money out of the back pockets of hard-working fans. The attempts to scream equality would probably have washed more if they reduced the prices of the men's to the women's, or at the very least met halfway in the middle of the 2 price points. It doesn't take a great cynic to view the move as merely a further profit-making exercise. Regardless of the wisdom of business decisions in securing the long-term health of the sport, it's the same old story in the entertainment world. Far from exclusive to tennis, that it's the fans who have to bear the brunt of the costs. British tennis fans are spoilt for choice in many ways, given there's a spate of top-level events, including Wimbledon, Queen's, Eastbourne, Birmingham, Nottingham and Surbiton during the grass court season, as well as an increasingly strong futures scene for supporters to catch a glimpse of high-quality live tennis in the flesh. But given the global nature of the game, following the ATP and WTA tours in person is an incredibly pricey, not to mention time-consuming affair. One that very few could seriously consider doing on a regular basis, even during the European clay court season. Watching via television and streaming subscriptions is then the only option. Rather than one uniform and accessible broadcaster that shows all the matches, fans are forced to dig into their pockets and buy a multitude of packages if they want to follow the sport in its entirety. In the UK, the Grand Slams outside of Wimbledon are broadcast across Eurosport and Amazon Prime, whilst tour-level events can be found on Amazon and Tennis TV. An annual subscription to all services would come to £182.97. Cost aside, the streaming services that host the majority of tour events have also been criticised as being inaccessible to all, given certain parts of the country lack reliable Wi-Fi. From 2023, British tennis fans will have to stump up even more money, with Sky Sports reportedly set to snap up the rights to the US Open. A Sky Sports subscription currently sets viewers back a minimum of £32 a month or £384 annually. The problem, of course, is not unique to tennis. Football fans are forced to pay £576 a year to watch the Premier League, Champions League and Europa League across Sky and BT Sport, and aren't even granted access to every match due to current broadcasting restrictions in the UK. There is at least a free-to-air highlight show, Match of the Day, that allows fans to keep abreast of the action. There is currently at least no desire for, nor prospect of, a tennis roundup show on terrestrial television, meaning it's vital to keep prices as low as possible, particularly amidst a cost of living crisis. Ultimately, attempts to open up the sport will fall short if it's too expensive to watch, both in person and on screen, and tennis's reputation as an inaccessible pastime will live on.